Hello, and welcome back to Sever Studios presents Rolling in the Netherdeep. We are excited to bring you a brand new teleadventure in the lands of Wildmount and Marquette. My name is Run Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, it's Bill, and I play Orgoth, Skullcrusher.
This is Jaiden, and I am playing Laphus, and today's episode is brought to you by the letter U, for you guys are awesome.
Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I'm playing North. Hey, I'm not scared of rolling ones anymore.
Yay!
Yay!
Um, Mira, we lost your video
I
feed.
know.
It's okay.
Gone.
Go ahead and do your intro.
Anyways.
Yeah, do your intro. Yeah, hi!
Hi. Hi, I'm Mira and I'm playing Voka and my camera is not working even though it's connected to the internet. I'm fixing them.
But you can hear, so we can play.
Yeah.
So sure, you're so right.
Yay! So last time we finished a very, very long battle. And now we're gonna deal with the aftermath. Is there anything we need to talk about before we get going?
Let's frickin' go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And everybody's level 13. We've all leveled up, right? So
Whoop, whoop.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 96, Pub Crawl with Grandpa. Thanks, Jaime.
You're welcome.
At the end of last time, you had absolved Alyxian, helping him come to his senses and helping him begin the healing process from the trauma that had kept him locked away from the world since the calamity. The Netherdeep started to collapse, and you fled back to the exit to Kalmaro, but not before seeing the dragon escaping through a golden portal while he was holding what appeared to be the last shard of ruidium inside of a glowing sphere. He shouted at Voka for a moment, then stepped through and into the forest outside the imperial capital of Rexentrum. And as it collapsed, you swum up into the portal, and suddenly you feel yourself drawn through this golden grid of energy, and it's almost like your body's kind of strung through it like small holes, and suddenly you pop back into the prime material plane, and you look behind you, and there is a throbbing black vein where there once was a entrance to the Netherdeep. You kind of see like some what looks to be, you know how like you can see like the what's called therms, where like cold water and warmer water kind of like you can see the layers of the water. You see kind of cold water kind of seeping through this much smaller rift in reality, but it's still there. But it's just kind of soaking, like filling up, and you see kind of cold water kind of drifting up from it. And you see none of the ruidium infection that was in this area. The dome is gone. You see to the north, you can kind of see the glowing walls of the base camp for the Legions of Allsight.
Oh, but...
And you see the ruins, the cliff to the east with the tower where the ghostly guards were, and the manor houses on the ridge.
Let's go home.
And
We gotta get back through the place and climb the stairs and go check in with Zot and Scribble, and I guess we got a lot of people to tell what happened.
Voka looks like he's in a daze for a second, then he like shakes his head and starts like wordlessly starts like the fast like power walking down the hall. Before kind of breaking into a run at the end.
But swimming.
That's swimming. Yeah, sorry. He's we drank water breathing. I was like, how are we?
Yeah.
Swimming, but yeah, he's gonna as soon as he can run, he is running.
I don't honestly think we need to tell them exactly what happened here. I mostly worry about, and she looks over at Alyxian. People might want to try and like experiment on him if they figure out like, hey, this guy was the reason we even had ruidium in the first place.
Yeah, how about
Alyxian kind of looks over toward you. Experiment on me?
let's not that's just our dear Uncle Al right here. We found him in the rift and that's about it.
I don't know if I want to be called Owl. Al. Alex, perhaps?
Alex good.
And you swim toward the base camp?
You guys, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, you swim toward the base camp. There are two different pathways. You could avoid the base camp entirely and just go in through the tunnel, the glowing tunnel to the east of it, as opposed to the west of it. You can just go that way to go to the maw, or you can go to the base camp and tell Zot and Scribble.
We want them to waste their time down there, though.
I don't think they need to.
Well,
I mean,
are
we
we gonna
kinda-
meet back at the Cool Flame? Like, maybe you could get Alex out of here, and like, well, I could go tell them that we did the job, all done. You guys can go home now. But it doesn't have to be all of us. We don't have to explain bringing someone else up out of there. Maybe that'd be good.
Alyxian seems distracted. He's just looking around at the
Oh, yeah.
ruins of the city that he once protected. He did protect.
Yeah, he saw that live.
Yeah. He's seeing the buildings with recognition.
Let's get out of here. Make sure he, doesn't get too sad.
Are you afraid that I'll create another extra-dimensional space and
Please don't.
corrupt the city?
No, it's
Please.
more like I can't handle people crying around me.
He nods, and he doesn't have he can water breathe because you gave him a potion, but he currently does not have a swim speed.
He does have
he?
the
Oh,
jewel.
Yeah, he
because
has the
yes, because
jewel.
of the jewel, because he's got the jewel. Yes, okay, yes.
But we don't have swim speeds. We have water breathing potions.
We're just taking our sweet time, okay?
Yeah, you're just kind of swimming. You're not able to swim as easily. There are
If I'm hanging on to him and water makes me so much lighter, is it easy for him to just like drag me?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sweet. That and like I don't know if there's any dead large fish like prior, and I could just have one of them
You
come up.
actually, you see, as you're kind of like passing over the kelp forest, you see a few occasional like bodies of these white tentacled men that you've seen before, and are just kind of
hey.
floating dead in the water, motionless. Small
Yeah, let's
fish kind
just-
of eating around them, eating their flesh.
Let's just leave those there.
Let's.
And so you get to one of the glowing tunnels, west or east of the base camp. Did we decide?
I'm not there, but I'm sure Voka went back the camp way because it's the only way they've ever gone.
Wait, so
mean,
you
we're
just
all-
decided to go on your own?
Yeah, we're all
That
together,
is-
right?
Oh,
You're all
Voka
together,
booked
yes.
it.
He booked
I heard.
it.
I heard
Oh.
Voka booked it.
I thought they meant like the moment like they were able to get to the ground, like with everybody, then they'll book it. Not that they already booked it.
No, he already started going.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
So they're going
Uh,
toward the base camp. Okay. He's
They're
going.
going towards their little sister, I believe. Or at least, yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Laphus is gonna take her sweet time.
Okay. You get to the tunnel next to the base camp, and does anybody go into the base camp to tell Zot and Scribble, or do you just head on out up? Guess what I'm asking.
I think North can just go and tell Zod and Scribble that Well, we're done with our stuff. If you guys want to keep doing whatever you're doing.
You go in and you see um, Zot and Scribble, just kind of like you poke your head in. There's this box of like had like artifacts. There's like a number printed on the side of the box, like a little identification. And they look at you and it's like, "Oh, we heard something. That the ground was rumbling.
Yep.
What happened? Is everything okay?"
Yep.
Zot says. Scribble's like, "Dust to dust, ashes to ashes," and picks up the dust. The box is suddenly just
Yep,
red
that's
dust kind of comes down, like harmless
that's
red
exactly
dust.
what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole issue was basically it was like kind of a demi-plane in there, but like it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least it's kind of like I wouldn't go there if I were you, but like
um,
yeah.
the headmaster, James Kyron,
Yeah.
was here, and he left very quickly upon receiving a message from the Crystal Chateau, and he left in quite a hurry.
Must have heard that his ruidium cock ring exploded. Okay, let's go.
And you head on out. Zot says goodbye and farewell.
Bye, Zot. You're a real one.
You head upstairs. Once you get to like air, it's like Alyxian he's old. He's this long white hair. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. He's leaning on Laphus still for support. Yeah. And I just saw that what was happening in the chat. The leaning on Laphus for support. And he looks as if like he still has a warrior body. It's just him at like 70 years old. He's just kind of like slower, a little bit slower than all of you. And you lead him up. He gets to the entrance.
On the way out, Ron.
Yes.
On the way out, I want to stop and really quickly talk to Gortok, Ink Drinker.
Yes, the orc, yeah.
And tell him, you don't need to worry about like keeping all the names in the book for Wolven anymore. We're all done down here. I don't think there's going to be a lot of same type of interest.
He nods and says, I hope that everything went well then. Is Wilven...
Yeah, I think it did.
Have you told him what happened to Wilven?
No, we just had the family
troubles.
Yeah, he says, well, please give Wilven my regards. And I hope to...
He wanted to make sure that you got this, and I give him 5 gold.
Okay.
And
he kind of like pockets it like secretly, kind of not making sure.
Well, it's one of those things where you're not allowed to take tips.
Yeah. He nods and
he
like,
says, "Thank you for the extra work. He wanted to make sure that you were taken care of."
Excellent. He actually leaves his post and goes inside, and you hear him talking with Zot and Scribble. They seem to be talking about the headmaster leaving so quickly. And you head up. Alyxian you get to the mall, and he just looks up. And like there's a shaft of daylight, the sun high overhead, almost shining directly down the shaft. Dust in the air just kind of make God rays down the shaft, and he looks up at it.
Oh my gosh, he hasn't been in the sun for so long. We have to put sunscreen on Grandpa.
He looks rather tan though.
He is very tan. I mean, he's basically like just himself as a warrior.
That's his winter.
Yeah.
His winter. I haven't seen the sun in a bit.
Well, he didn't have a body since the calamities, so. He's like, freedom. I'm free. Let's go.
Take your time with the steps. Some of them are uneven. We don't want you just getting out of here to fall
I'm not
down
making him
these
do a
stairs and
roll. He
break your
goes.
neck and
He
break
can
your
help
neck.
you.
And...
He can help. You're helping him. You get up to the top. Um, it looks as if when you get to the top, they have tripled the guard. There are there's basically three squads of Hand of Ord. So there's 12 guards here. Usually there's only 4, and they're like, Favoured Few. We were told to wait for you. Apparently, there's been much happening in the city, and we believe that your actions below may have caused them.
Did they just let me pass, by the way?
Are you gonna try to push past?
I mean, did they stop me?
I mean,
Because
they're
Voka
talking
was-
to you as you come out. I mean, if you're like the first one out, they're
Yeah.
like, Favoured Few. One
I
of them.
have to start over again.
Yeah.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah, they actually probably don't
Yeah,
know.
they probably wouldn't know who Voka
Yeah.
is, so they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" All right, where's the other people?
Actually, they would stop Voka and say, I'm sorry, do you have a badge?
Oh,
Oh!
right, we didn't give
Oh,
Voka
no!
a badge.
And she's about
Uh,
maybe a few minutes ahead of you all because she rushed ahead.
And they're patting themselves. They're like doing that thing. You're like, I forgot my wallet, and I'm gonna cast blink.
Okay.
Blink?
Roll.
Yes, blink.
Do
Give me a
you
second.
actually disappear?
Yeah, I do. I rolled mate. And like before he does it, he's like patting him. He's like, I do just odd
Okay.
and then he's just gonna appear like 10 feet on the other side of the guards and like hit the ground and kind of like whoa and just
The rest of you come up and you just see Voka running down the street, suddenly disappearing, and then 6 seconds later appearing here. That the guards are like, do you know that woman? That person, sorry. Do you know that man? That satyr?
No, he's fine. Don't worry about him.
Is he with you?
I'm not at liberty to say if he is
was.
or is not with us.
He kind of was, but then
Yeah,
I
he
don't
kinda
know,
just
maybe
left.
maybe he'll take another contract. We don't know.
He nods and says, I know that you have just returned from down below, and things have been happening to the strange people are healing themselves. They are no longer infected with the ruidium all across the city.
Who the fuck are you? What do you know about that?
My name is Captain.
Who put you in the
Well,
confidence?
Captain, goddammit. Yeah, that
I was sent by Sword himself to meet you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the moment it happened, people started flaking off. So I don't think it's a big conspiracy secret.
Yeah, it's pretty much people, because it was going around and people were it was being talked about, and also he tells you, my name is Benane Goodtunnel, and
Good tunnel.
he's a halfling paladin, and
Aw.
he looks at you and says, Shaman has sent me to talk to you and to offer his congratulations. He will be waiting for you in the palace whenever you are ready to meet with him.
Are we ready or?
Oh, please, I know that you must. He kind of looks at your wet clothes and your wounds, and North, your ripped clothing from the crystals that are just.
Yeah. I'm presentable. I can go.
I'm gonna stop by the house and just kind of get myself ready for this. Because you also gotta get ready for the bar crawl too.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I have to take a bath.
Alyxian says, "What is a bar crawl?"
That's what we're taking you.
Is it a place?
You
It's
know
a
what
lot
a
of
bar
places.
is, like a
Of
tavern.
course, yes, yes.
So
Yeah,
you
and
go
then
to a tavern, you get hammered, and then you crawl to the
But
next, and
why
then you
would you need to
crawl
go
to
to
the
the second
next.
one if you're
Because they have
already
well, you have
different
to sample.
drinks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Different
different
drinks,
drinks,
different
different
people?
different music.
crowds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm. The future is a strange place.
No, maybe you just didn't hang around with the right crowds. It's been done forever.
You know, you've been in the same place for a long time, so maybe like just getting out and seeing some different things and different people and how things are now. This could be an easy start to that.
He nods, but he appears to be looking up at the sun. Like not at the sun, but he's like looking
Don't look directly. It's
around.
it's
Yeah.
hard on your eyesight, and like they say you should not look
He's in a
directly
little
at
bit
the
of shock.
sun.
Like he's excited to learn more of the city, but he's definitely might need a moment. He's just
But
he's
who
leaning
looks the
leaning
most put
heavily.
together? Because we could rent, one of these cars to do like the whole like tourist thing around the city with a guide.
The halfling paladin comes up to you, comes over and says, "Shall I get a carriage for each of you, or what should I tell Jamon?"
Hold on, guys. Do we go today or do we go tomorrow when we're kind of hungover but put together?
Tomorrow.
You heard the lady.
He nods and says, "The gates of the jewel of the desert are open to you all. Where do you head first?"
Guys, do you mind if I branch off real quick? I gotta drop by the, well, technically Crystal Chateau to send a message or two.
I'm gonna go back to our house and get ready for the bar crawl and also make sure that Alyxian has we find a change of clothes for him.
Mm.
Get him into something more casual.
Go to the neighbors if my ma and Mitchell are still there. Mitchell seems like maybe about, you might need to like clip it a bit behind, but should be good.
So I should go with you, Laphus.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get you ready. Let's get you ready.
He takes your arm.
And she leads him to like a carriage to
Mhm.
head back to the river district.
Okay.
And where's Voka? Did Voka just take off?
Voka is
Yeah.
gone.
He's like you cut to him like he's like running through like this. He's like if he runs, he like pushes them. He's like he still has Blanko because I
Doing
think
the
he's, like,
Nightcrawler thing down the street. So Bam.
he's like
I
he's
feel
like
like it'd be
blinking.
a little bit slower because you have to wait every 6 seconds to move 10 feet.
I mean, he's not staying still, but like he's like as he's running, he'll like randomly blink out of existence and like appear 10 feet. Like other like he hasn't. He's just going.
Yeah. So Orgoth, you're heading toward
I'll go with Lapis. I'll go back
going
to
back
the
to the
house.
house. Okay.
Join you later. I'm gonna go back in a few.
Okay. Voka, we'll start with you. You head back to the manor house. The long pathway leading to the house. The meticulously groomed shrubs around the trees, providing shade. The place you grew up. You head to the front door.
And he's gonna do that thing where like you like start to burst through the door and you hit your head, like, and his hat is gonna like fly, just kind of like just fly off, and he's not even gonna bother to pick it up. He's
Okay.
just gonna head up the stairs and
Okay.
like hold the railing as he like
Okay.
swings right.
Okay. You head up the stairs and you head into your parents' room. They're
No, that's left.
left.
He's looking for his sister.
Okay. You head like halfway up the stairs, and you hear, "Sir, um, your sister is down here in the kitchen."
And he's gonna take the railing down. He's gonna sit on it and hop off and head towards the kitchen.
Okay. Your sister is at the dining table, a big piece of chocolate cake, and there's just chocolate all over her face. And the butler, your Darylin is what is his name?
Darylin.
Darylin is sitting there holding the cake in his hands, like the rest of the cake. And she's finishing up the cake. She's like, "Voka!"
And he's like eyeing around the room.
"What's
I'm
wrong?"
back. And he's gonna say, "Oh, nothing," and he's gonna just kind of stiffly walk over and he's looking at her hands.
"Do you want some cake?"
And he looks at like the frosting. He's like, "No,
It's like the richest chocolate. Like there's looks like they just put a bag of chocolate chips, just dumped it on top.
That's too sweet." He looks at it, considers it for like maybe a second, just shakes his head like, "No." And he's gonna reach for her right hand.
Okay. There's a third ring formed inside of the other two that were there.
And he's clicking his teeth together. And
Darylin
he looks
says, "Sir, could I perhaps I can make you some lunch?"
And he shakes. Yes, yeah, that would be nice. Light, please, sandwich.
He puts down the cake and goes over and like starts grabbing bread and lunch meat, and going to the not the fridge, to the cooler, reaching into this like rock chamber that has like this magically cooled, and he pulls it out and starts making you
And
sandwich. And suddenly, Zale says, "I'm done with my cake. Can I have another piece?"
what?
And suddenly he drops everything, goes over, cuts another slice, puts it on the plate, and Zale starts eating it.
And he like Voka's been knelt down, stands up suddenly, and just says, "Zale, you know better than to talk to people like that."
"I just asked."
No, you told. He's gonna eye Darylin. Is there anything wrong with him, like outwardly?
Make an insight check.
Oh. Plus insight 18.
18. His movement seems a little bit less smooth. He's not in his own mind a little bit right now.
Is there any like magical energy around Zale that like is,
Make
like,
a
Arcana?
Arcana, yeah.
Oh no. 4.
You can't. You start to look like invoke and Zale looks at you and like, "Are you sure you don't want some cake? I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw." We're having a cake party.
15.
That's a failure. Suddenly you have a craving for chocolate cake.
He'll grab a plate, I guess.
And Darylin slices you off a slice, a big slice, a big slice.
I don't want to eat this.
And You find yourself taking a bite, and I'd like you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh. I'm using that inspiration.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. Oh, thank God. 18.
18 is what you need. Um, and suddenly, you're like, the cake's like there's a bite of big giant chocolate like sweetness in your mouth, and it's like, you didn't want this. You did not want this at all.
And he's gonna like lunge forward for like a napkin on the table, like, and he's gonna like spit it out, and he's just like, that's. And he's like doing the thing where he's like smiling at him, and he's like, that's really sweet, Zale.
I'm glad you like it. You should eat some more.
Something, this isn't right.
What are you talking about? I asked Darylin to get us some chocolate cake for when you came back, and he did. He did
No.
exactly what I told him to do.
We have to go see some people now.
Can I ride on your back like before?
Yes. You're and just go to the main room, and I'll be there soon.
Okay. And you hear a
Does
voice
anything-
upstairs. Darylin? Darylin, is someone here?
And Voka like falls on. He's gonna like look up the stairs, like
And-
like exit the room, look up the stairs.
And you see your father. What does your father look like now that he's out of bed? And
He is a kind of like darker and like muskier satyr with a ragged, like now it's ragged but usually perfect kind of like pointy beard. And this kind of like slicked back like outward hair, and
Got
like
it.
he has the same like antelope horns.
Mhm.
They don't really get much different than sticks, but
and he looks down at you, Voka. Did you come to the stairs to actually look at? Yeah, you saw look up.
yeah.
And
And
he
like he gives like that wide
he's like-
fake smile.
like rushes down the stairs. He still he stumbles a bit. He still has levels of exhaustion, of course. Kind of like stumbles to the last step, catches himself. I woke up just a few hours ago, a little bit ago. Your what happened? Mother is still sleeping.
See nothing. I guess the sickness has.
He looks at where his wound was, and like there's just a scar there right now.
Strange.
I thought we were goners. Come, see. And he grabs your hand and gets you to come up and see your mother.
Yeah, and he's like like looking. He like has like head turned, like look at Zale at the bottom of the stairs.
You see.
Is she
You
doing
see.
that horror
Actually, you
movie
see.
thing where
You see. The butler come up like behind her, like Zale, and you see the Zale go. Could you pack us some sandwiches to go, please? Like to take with us. I think we'll be hungry on the trip where we're going.
is she doing that like horror movie kid thing where she's just like staring wide-eyed forward?
Yep.
Oh, that's terrifying.
She's just looking, like just wide eyes, and in a second she finishes the sentence. He turns and goes back into the kitchen.
And he just continues to walk up the stairs.
Okay. Your mother is still asleep in bed. Your father just kind of like holds a finger to his lips and opens the door softly. But your mother was much worse off than he was. But she's sleeping. Seems to be peacefully sleeping. You almost see a smile on her lips a little bit.
And he like clutches like the sword on his hip, and he just kind of like thumbs over the jewel on the top, and he just gives like a sigh of relief. Well, that's one thing taken care of.
Did a doctor do this?
Oh, I'm sure that your natural immune system's just ejected the disease. Nothing to worry about. I mean, you get sick all the, and he says sick, and he like chokes for a second. People get sick all the time. Recover. You know how it goes.
Is everything the matter? Is not,
Oh,
sorry. Is what's wrong? You seemed agitated.
me agitated? No, you know me.
He doesn't trust it. He kind of narrows his eyes, but he knows how playful you can be. So he says, um, "Is Zale downstairs?"
Yeah, you walked. You saw her at the bottom of the stairs with me, did you not?
I did. I just wanted to make sure that um I was worried about her. The first thing I thought about was you and Zale when I woke up.
I mean, that's only natural. We're children. Um, speaking of which, I know this is very sudden, and I did want to like have like a big happy family reunion and dinner with you, but me and Zale had a trip planned, long term, far away.
Oh, long. Where are you going?
Ah, a direction. I was just gonna, sibling trip into the unknown, to
Suddenly, you
make
hear like bump, 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 bump up the stairs, and Zale comes up, jumps on your back, and says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, we're going on a trip." And suddenly, his eyes kind of get big for a second. I hope that you have a wonderful time. Please take care of your sister.
and he's like stumbling to like actually support her on his back, and he like turns his head and like really worriedly looks at like her and then back to his dad, and he's like, yeah, and he's gonna like kind of stumble and back up. Tell tell mother I love her
I love you.
and that I'll be back.
And he leans down and gives Voka a kiss on the forehead. I mean, gives Zale a kiss on the forehead. And take whatever you need from the armory. Protect yourself. Protect our daughter. My daughter.
Okay. Yeah, mm, can do. And he's gonna like back like kind of like just close the door,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna like look at Zale once more and just be like, he's gonna like open his mouth to say something, but the words just can't leave his mouth.
Okay.
And he's gonna slowly start packing up, and moving towards the only, at the very least, if he can keep an eye on her
Okay.
while they are out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as long as he keeps an eye on her, that's all that matters. And he's gonna head towards the Favoured Few's house.
Okay. So I'm trying to think, looking at the map. Um, there's the maw. North, where do you head?
I'm heading to the Crystal Chateau to get 2 sendings sent.
Okay, you're in the Sigil district, and that's where the maw is. So you just head over to the Crystal Chateau, and you get to um oh god, what's his name? Brain fart.
Frolics.
Yeah, Prolix, and
Big knock.
yeah, you see him in a state of panic.
Hello.
And he's like got paperworks, and all the papers have like big giant black check marks, like actually slashes through the numbers.
So all your artifacts exploded or changed.
What did you do? What did he do? That's his voice. What did he do?
There was a big evil monster down there and it tried to kill us, so we killed it.
And it was the source of...
Yeah.
Everyone is going mad around here. So
Anyways, that thing caused like a weird shit sickness, so it's better that way. I got
agree.
messages to send Frolics.
Sure. What? And he looks a little panicky. He like puts down the papers very carefully in an order. He doesn't want to get anything messed up. Puts a paperweight on it so it doesn't blow off the table.
Remember the usual person I send stuff to?
Yes.
I got one to send to them. Let's start with that.
What's the message?
I lived, bitch. Will be home soon. Contact you through usual channel. Find A. I'll follow after wrapping up. I love you. I miss you.
Response back is... I can't wait to see you. You better fucking hurry and get here quickly.
Teehee. Okay, that's good. You ever been to the first eclipse before it turned into a daycare, Prolix?
It seemed a bit like I went to the casino a couple of times, but I never went to the first eclipse. It seemed a bit little like seedy to
You
me.
ever run into like a tall blue dragonborn, like looked a bit like shady as shit?
I think I remember seeing him in the Suncut Bazaar.
Yep. Message for him.
I will. Do you know his name?
Satrak, Runestrider.
Satrak Runestrider. Okay. He sends the message. What is the message?
The message is, you're welcome for getting rid of your magical syphilis. Hope the kids are fine. Sorry your knife isn't as cool anymore. Eat shit.
The message comes back. My knife seems to be much better now.
Cool.
And apparently all the artifacts that I was
God, you
aware
had
of
more
are
than
gone.
Oopsies.
What did you do?
Oh, I can't reply to this message. Oopsie. I'll look at Prolix. I'll go through my bag. I'll pull a joint. I'll give it to him. I'll light it up, put it in his mouth, and I'll leave.
Okay. He puts it out.
You deserve that, Prolix.
Save it for later, I guess. And he puts it out, and he just like vroom out. On the way through the lobby, you see the headmaster, James Kyron, and he's berating like 3 or 4.
Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me.
Make a stealth roll.
At disadvantage. Because I'm exhausted.
And he seems to be berating 3 or 4 people like...
Okay, so that's a wasted nat 20.
Okay.
I'll settle for a 24.
Okay. Yeah, he does not see you. And he does not see you. But you hear him berating some of his underlings. It's like, you promised me that we had all of the artifacts under lock and key and were magically protected. Nothing could happen to them. And we don't know what happened. And you're gone. So...
I'll head back towards the house and I'll take a carriage to go there.
Okay. Laphus and Orgoth, you get there with Alex.
We would have gotten there before Voka because Voka ran.
Oh, yeah,
We
for
took a
sure.
carriage.
Yeah, for sure.
So we had like hours and hours before anything else happened.
Yep.
Shit, we still don't have any beds or anything now that I think about it, unless Sky got them within like the last like hour or so.
Yeah, because I think the box for like the beds, like the boxes for the beds are like on the lawn right now. They were just
when
delivered.
when we get there, I'll say, are you? Do you want to lie down, Alyxian? Sorry, Alex. I have a bed in my
Uh,
room if you want to rest for a little bit.
I would rather watch. I would looking at the river, that lake behind us, that massive dome, the glass dome covering that lake. What what wonders are in the city?
While he's like doing that, I'm gonna say that my room has a balcony.
Okay,
I mean, they all probably do have balconies, but my room has a balcony,
a good
easily
balcony.
accessible because there's nothing in my room.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna lead him over to the balcony so he can overlook everything.
Okay. And
Hey
he
Ron,
spent.
check your DM.
Yeah, I've got it open. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
He sits down like there's a chair out there. It's not really a chair. It's more like kind of a packing box, a moving box, and he sits on it. And Sky comes up and says, "Hello, um, Laphus. Who is your friend?"
This is we picked him up. His name's Alex. He's probably gonna stick around for a little bit, maybe.
Of course, I know adventurers pick up strays all the time. I mean,
Yeah, I'd refrain from using that.
Alyxian kind of
Adventurer is a
raises-
bad word.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not use strays here.
Kind of raises his eyebrow, and he's like, I'm sorry, I did not mean to offend." And he's like, would you? She says, would you like something to drink and a glass of water, please?
And while this is all happening, Lapis is gonna go and into like her restroom and start changing and getting ready.
Okay. Orgoth, let me look at this real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
It sounds like there's still some daytime.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Where are we gonna go first? Are we gonna?
he'll yell down to Laphus.
I mean, where else should we take him besides the cool flame first, and then we move on from there, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna run a quick errand. If I'm not back, I'll just meet you at the cool flame.
All right. If you're not back by when?
When you guys are gonna go?
All right. So if we
everyone else
leave,
is here and you're ready to go and I'm not back, just go, and then I'll stop by here. And if you're not here, then I'll.
then
go
you'll
to the
make
cool
it.
flame.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Don't you go dying on me.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a good deal.
And Orgoth's gonna go and try to, because I think this is a carriage ride, but
Okay.
he wants to go to the little library and see Bookkeeper Kime.
Yes. Okay. Okay. The orcish bookkeeper is behind a counter. It's just afternoon.
Okay.
He appears to be.
He's gonna head that way.
Yeah. You go in. He is sorting books. He has a feather duster on the table next to him. And he's like, Orgoth.
Yes. So I remember that there's some books you used to have that you don't have anymore because Jorad had them, and that's fine. I don't think I need to read those books anymore.
Yes, he nods.
I did want to know if you have books on plants.
I do. I have many books on plants. Herbology, biology of the biome, the desert plants. Well, I need you to narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah, so my mama works with plants and herbs and stuff, and she heard about a plant that she doesn't know. Now we're not from around here, so maybe it's a local plant, but then it was told to her by someone there. So anyway, I'm looking for information on a plant called the Ellis tree.
An Ellis tree. Um, he like says, "Excuse me," and walks out to like a stacks, like deep into the stacks. Comes back with a stack about 5 or 6 books. Puts them on the table. Um, these are all. Do you think these plants are these Ellis trees are local? I have not heard of such a tree myself. Are they from
Well,
around
okay,
here,
so
or are they from your
Orgoth pulls
mother's?
the letter out and he's like,
well, we're from Chagao, but my mama sent me this letter, and it said that my father had told her that he was a champion of Ellis tree. Um, but uh, like those aren't any oaks or maples or pines or cacao or blue sprite, and so and she's never heard of Ellis tree.
Why would your
So
father be a champion of a tree?
I don't know. She said maybe it was a drow thing. And then he said that
One moment.
Ellis tree blessed
One,
us with the sun. So maybe it's like some kind of like I don't know, religious tree or something.
um, he comes back, and there's a book on the Kryn dynasty he brings back, and it's pretty thick. Um, and it's like a history book. Um, I know that there are drow and orcs in the. Perhaps there might be a mention of an Ellis tree in this.
Okay, I'll try. I'll have a look.
This
he,
book you
he,
can
but it's
check
really
out.
big, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
big. Yeah,
can I check it out? Oh,
you
maybe
this book
I
you
probably
can
can't
check
go
out.
through.
Yes.
Okay,
Do you have a
I
library
would
card?
like to. No. Do I have to be a resident of Ankara? I'm a homeowner now. Maybe
Then
can
that
I
makes
get
you a
Can I
resident.
get a card?
He pulls out 2 big sheets of paper and puts them down, and you have to start filling out the forms.
Orgoth will studiously go through and fill out the forms.
Okay. Lapis, while he's doing that, what do you do?
Definitely going to get dressed up and also find she'll probably go to she probably won't go to like the district with all the merchants. She'll probably find like a small local shop
Mm-hmm.
like near where they are to get like just some casual like everyday clothing for Alyxian.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, there's shops like that all over the place. Like it's a big city, so there's clothing shops.
Yeah, so she's gonna do that mostly because she's like he can't be wearing the same outfit for like 30 days in a row.
No,
He's got to change.
his not only is it outdated, but it's almost as if you look and there's a tear like in the tunic, as if this was the outfit that he fought his final battle in. Like there's a big
Yeah, it's time to change that. So she's gonna take him in like a little shopping spree, mostly to just get him like 10 pairs of clothes for
Mhm.
whatever that he needs.
Yeah.
10
Uh,
pairs of jeans and 10 white t-shirts.
Also, definitely some underwear. I'm sure that's a new invention for him.
We did have underwear. Like not quite as form fitting as these, but
Yeah, those are called boxer briefs.
oh.
A lot of people like those.
Okay, actually,
It's-
historically speaking, a lot of things they had like underwear, but like not in the traditional style. They're like low hanging and
Yeah.
like a more of like a wraparound
Small
situation,
clothes
but
is what they were called.
yes,
He says, it's supportive, yet it's breathable.
This is
I'm
amazing.
full.
All right. So
It's a brand new experience. This is what he wants. He wants
yeah,
brand new experiences. So
yep. She's not gonna take that away from him. So she is just gonna do that and probably also get him like a very light meal because Grandpa should not have a heavy drinks and heavy apps
Mhm.
after his first time going out. So gotta treat him to like a light
Give him
lunch before.
a salad.
Yeah, salad,
He does
soup,
eat salad. He does eat
Full charcuterie board.
yeah, he basically is a nibbler. Like he's never he says as he's like he's eating with all these bags of of clothing from the
He
shopping
eats all the
trips.
bags of clothing.
No, no. It's like, as he's eating with all
a
of these
goat.
bags of clothing like on the table next to you, and he says, "In all my life, I've never imagined such a, a rich food amounts of so much, so much everywhere."
Yeah, I don't know if you had spices back then. Well, we get spices
We
now.
do have spices. We did have spices. Ugh.
But yeah, she's just gonna treat him for that and also like kind of take him around the area before whenever it starts to like the sun starts to go down, that's when they'll start to head out
Mhm.
to
I think by that time Voka would be within your sights.
Yeah. As your head, where are you head? Like after that, where are you headed to exactly, Lapis?
oh, like once the sun goes down?
Yeah,
Yeah, heading to the cool flame.
cool flame. Okay.
You see Voka like approach you, and he has like his sister on his back, and he's like, "Are we going out tonight?"
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure children aren't allowed in bars.
I mean taverns if you're going to a tavern.
I could be allowed in bars. You think you could get me in the bar?
No.
Lapis, make a wisdom saving throw. But you're immune to charm, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
So it doesn't work on you. But
Yeah,
He
so
smiles and
immediately she just
says-
goes, no.
and you definitely feel like something just happened. Like she tried to impose her will on you.
Voka just smiled and said, "I need to keep an eye on her."
Well, then you do that. I'm
I would
sure.
rather do it in. I would rather do it in the presence of capable company.
I'm not watching her whatsoever.
That's
If,
fine.
if we go in a bar, you know that she's not allowed. Taverns, fine. But I'm
That's
sure there's
fine,
gonna
I'll
be a.
wait outside. It's fine.
I know there's at least one bar that has some cookies and milk that
Cookies?
these children should not have.
Milk? Is it chocolate milk?
No, it's for adults.
Voka, make a medicine check. Lapis probably could make it too, but she probably doesn't care.
Plus 3, 15.
Zaya looks a little green around the gills.
I have no spell slots. But I'm going to. I guess as we start walking over like the 10 minutes or like over the next 10 minutes, he's gonna just mumble on her under his breath a what is it? A prayer of healing.
Okay.
So Laphus is like he's like walking beside you or like in the carriage beside you, and he's like mumbling under his breath.
Okay, so all of you are headed to the cool flame. Lapis, you definitely saw Zale kind of go like a little bit, like almost like she's going to throw up, but did not. North, where are you headed to after you leave?
I would have headed home just to take a quick bath and change my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
But well, if the neighbors still haven't moved out, I'm gonna tell my mama that I'm fine. If they have moved out, I'm gonna use my sending stone. But if the sun is going down, then I'm grabbing a little poke bowl takeout, and
Okay.
I am heading over.
Okay. Orgoth, what are you doing after you're like reading, and you read pretty, it takes you a while to read it. I'd like you to make an investigation check.
Yeah, I think he's gonna like peruse it a little. I don't
Mhm.
know how, deeply he'll try to, because it's big. But I
Mhm.
will take a look. Investigation is 17.
With that roll, you find like in like a lot of the Kryn dynasty history, the early stuff is very much it's that kind of history of the land as well as uh, how the dynasty was formed. It does not. I don't. You probably don't know any of the critical role
Nope,
information, so it doesn't have any
he
of
doesn't
that
know.
in there. So
No matter what I know, Orgoth has no clue
yeah.
about that stuff.
But
Unless
there
it was like
are.
big, 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 big news that have gotten to the tiny town of Jigao, he wouldn't know.
But there is a long, long time ago. There was a woman named Elystree who walked the lands, and it's spelled weird. It's actually
Okay.
Elystree. Um, and she was known as the Dark Mystery.
Oh, he
And
pulls
she
out
would,
the letter from his mama and he looks at it and he's like, when we he told it was a dark mystery. Like that, he remembers that from the note from his mom.
and it was a drow woman who wandered. Second Tater. um, sorry. Um, I love having two chats open. It's really funny. Just kind of glancing over and like, oh, okay. Um, the stories are of her adventures in the lands of the Kryn dynasty, and how she wasn't necessarily a heroine, but she was someone who people respected and looked up to. And I can send you some more information privately later
Okay.
about these stories.
Yeah, I think he realizes that there's probably more here and more he can dig into,
Mm-hmm.
but he's gonna he's like, oh I definitely want to check this out.
Um,
Yeah, I think there might be some things in here that
make sure that put your initials here, here, and here.
Okay.
And you see him scratching like your name onto like a little piece of like thick paper, and hands you the slip. And it's basically Omnival library card.
okay.
And he
Puts
says,
that in his pouch.
today is the 20th, and this book is due back on the 7th.
Okay. Oh, it's the.
Oh, you just recently.
Okay.
He looks at the form and looks at
Right.
your birth date and is like, "Did you just recently have a birthday?"
And Orgoth puts the sets the book down on the counter, reaches in, opens the portable hole, puts the book in the hole, closes the portable hole, because it's the safest place for him to carry it.
Okay.
So Bookkeeper
Okay.
Crime watches him just open this giant hole, toss the book in, puts it back in. He's like,
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Today.
It's today. Yes. He looks at the form.
If they. Yeah. I kind of lost track of time.
Happy day of your birth, Orgoth Skullcrusher.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, bookkeeper. Kime. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm good. I'm meeting some friends. We're going out for drinks. There's a pretty big thing that happened. Probably a bunch of people are gonna get better and stuff. But you should call Prolix and maybe you guys could go out for a celebration drink because I think there's going to be like lots of good news in Uncarel.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I will. I have not seen Prolix in today yet, so perhaps I will go find him and we can. That would be wonderful. Where are you going to be celebrating?
Kind of all over. We're going to start at the Cool Flame and then I think we're going to do a pub crawl.
Oh, a pub crawl. I hadn't had one of those since my college days.
Well, maybe that's what you guys should do tonight too.
Enjoy your birthday, Mr. Skullcrusher.
Thank you. Thanks.
Orgoth kind of he just lost track of time. He's like, oh my god, it's yeah, and he's out of there and he's gonna start
Okay.
kind of like heading back towards the house, but I don't think he thinks of getting a carriage. He's
Okay.
a little now he's got too much swimming around in his
Got
head.
it. Okay. Yes, North. I just saw the.
I forgot I was before heading to the Cool Flame if I can take like an extra fast carriage to the Mongoose just to get some people aware that we're doing a pub crawl that starts at the Cool Flame, and then just head back. Or if they want to come, they can head back with me.
You get back to the mongoose, the harried mongoose, and
Yeah.
you see all five of them, of the rivals of Maggie's group, and they're like, there's already like empty shot glasses in front of them.
Well, I was gonna invite you to pub crawl, but I think you're celebrating the fact that we got rid of the stuff.
You look over and you see Galsarian stand up, and he comes over toward you. Look, and he rips his shirt open.
Oh my! Ew!
And there's just a red scar on his.
Well, first he doesn't want to kiss me, then he shows me his tits in public. Holy shit!
Maggie's like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, this is definitely a day for celebration. Whatever you did down there will be.
Didn't show my tits. First and foremost, that's a gal's thing.
Galsarian says, "Well, I guess I'll just have to buy you a couple more drinks then."
I mean, I'm starting over at the Cool Flame, but if you got some pregame, I'm gonna take one for the road, and
And
we can
Irvin
chat.
kind of says, "Will Laphus be there?"
Oh, she might be there though, so you might want to sit that out.
I might skip that one, but I do need to speak with her and apologize.
Apologize?
I was a horrible, horrible person, and the ruidium was not doing me any favors. He kind of like motions to his head.
Yeah. I don't think it was doing anyone any good.
It's like, Io says, once the ruidium was gone, it was like the despair and agony was just completely missing. It was gone.
Yeah, just like suddenly you've been on the right dose of antidepressants for over a month. Yeah, I know.
That's what it. Yeah. Dermot actually comes over to you and says, quietly, like as you're like shooting, and Galsariad's talking with Maggie, Dermot says, "How's Orgoth?"
I think he's doing better.
I have a theory that whatever we were infected with and whatever you were infected with, like Galsariad said, it was like affecting us emotionally.
It had to be, but also we had a lot on our minds, and Orgoth is still young. He's still trying to figure himself out, and some people or entities do like to take advantage of that.
He nods. Well,
So, if you don't mind being in his whereabouts, yeah, we're
I
staying at the
I
Cool
am
Flame.
fine. I have
It's getting dark outside. Let's go,
let's
people.
and you see Maggie get up. To the cool flame we shall go.
Atta girl.
Um
Let's fucking go.
Io goes to the bar and buys like 4 bottles of liquor randomly and throws them in a bag and heads on out with you.
Let's fucking go. Cool Flame time.
Yeah. So Laphus and Voka and North get. I'm gonna say Laphus and Voka get to the cool flame first, and Spike is there, and you come in with Zale, and Zale's like, "That's such a." Oh, you don't have the bird anymore. The bird's over
No.
at the. Yeah. She says, "What kind of place is this?"
Oh, it's just I don't I don't think Mom and Dad ever took you out to a place like it's just a tavern.
What do you? Can you get food here? Do you get snacks?
Yeah, there's food. He looks up at Spike and says, "You have food, right?"
Uh, you know I do.
I know.
He looks confused and looks over at the girl, and he's like, "Would you like a little? I have a girly drink for you." And he like pulls out this little glass and like pours some like fruit juice into it, and then puts some like sugared, candied fruits on the rim of the glass, and puts a little like
Edible glitter.
edible glitter.
Yeah.
Puts a wooden straw into it.
Little
Gives it a
umbrella.
stir. Yeah.
And after he initiated his prayer of healing, that he looked, so she was it like,
I lost you for a second. I couldn't hear
oh,
what
I'm
you
so
said.
sorry.
It's okay.
After my prayer of healing, did anything change, or is she still looking?
She
pretty
is
bad?
not. She is basically like you kept her from getting sick on the chocolate, and she seems to be with the trip. She seems to be much better now. So
Oh, that's good. And he's just gonna lean back on the bar and ask. He's gonna look and say, if I could, just a water."
hands you a water. Um, um, and Zale goes, don't you want something a little sweeter?
Oh,
Mr. Spike, could you make her something sweeter? And Spike rolls a saving throw, and he's like, "Oh, just what you have? Of course." And he makes
oh,
another and puts it in front of you with the rainbow swirl.
did he like get water yet, or is it this what's in front of
The
me?
water was already there, and then this gets put in
Oh.
front of you again. So you have the
And
water
he
and
just
this.
he just shakes his head. He's like he like looks to Zell. He's like, "Zell, you know how I feel about too many sweets."
I Sweets are good for everybody.
Not necessarily true.
They should be.
And he rolls his eyes and takes a sip of his water, and like he looks worried.
Okay. Lapis, what are you up to?
I am getting Alyxian a drink, but I'm asking Spike to make it. She wants it light on the alcohol because she wants him to kind of build up because
Mm-hmm.
it's been centuries since he went out.
Yeah.
You don't want to get him sloshed immediately. Like, let him build up to it.
Yeah, if you just mention pub crawl to him, he knows. Like, so what's the as he's making the drink and kind of like making it a little watered down, he kind of leans over to you and says, "So, what's the celebration?"
And she kind of leans over to him and then looks over at Alyxian and just goes, "Newfound freedom."
He nods. That is definitely something to celebrate.
And she takes the drink and she passes it over to Alyxian. And she like looks over at the door and I don't know why, but she would know that somebody's about to go through it. And it's probably either North or Orgoth.
It is You look over, and it's north.
It's like she's used to this.
Yeah.
She's used to it by now.
It's north. Alyxian
What
takes his drink.
is up, suckers? I found some idiots on the side of the road.
And suddenly Maggie, Galsariad, Dermot, and Io come in to the bar. And they look like they've already been pre-gaming a little bit.
Well, well, well. Haven't seen you real folk in a while.
Real folk? We got
Oh, there were fake yous down there.
Mm-hmm.
Galsariad says, "No shit."
They fucking sucked.
Yes,
Did my doppelganger look as handsome as I did? I do.
Fuck off, you look like a drowned kitten or something, whatever.
No, but we did kick the proverbial shit out of them.
At least you, Galsariad.
Well, what did
You
I do?
kinda deserved
What did
it.
I do to piss you off? The usual.
What didn't you do?
Excuse you? The day we met, you left me for dead.
That was an accident.
Was it?
You
He's
had.
just like, I said I was sorry.
That's what makes it an accident. I accidentally tried to kill you.
There's the word tried right there. Anyways, I need a drink. Spike,
Oh.
hi, I missed you so much. It's been 2 days.
You see a girl. You see Zale next to Voka on the bar.
I thought that was going to be an adults only thing. Anyways, hi, Spike.
Voka like sighs and like rubs his temples. Yeah.
Hi, and Zale waves. Laphus,
Hey.
Gals comes up to you, and he had done up his shirt again. He comes up to you and says, "So, look," and he rips open his shirt again.
Ah, okay. I'm very proud of that.
So am I
Yeah.
supposed to be impressed or
He just looks at he points to the scar on his chest where the ruidium was.
I don't know, you have like a whole story about how you were kind of got your ass kicked by a gem. All the ladies would love it.
I didn't realize that, this is like surgery on the heart, I guess. I could come up with any idea to try
Oh,
to
yeah.
impress people, but I just wanted to
Laphus,
show
please
you
slap his sad
that
little
I
man
am
titties out of the
healthy.
way.
And Dermot comes
Oh.
over and says, "Okay, it's enough. Get a drink." And
Oh, but before you go, Galsariad, with your whole we gotta save him, I am the chosen one. May I introduce you to Alyxian? And she kind of gestures over to the man next to her.
Alyxian stands up and does a bow. He's tall. He's a tall human, tall for a human, and kind of stooped over a little bit. And puts his hand on the table, supporting himself. Were you the ones that I could hear your distant voices? And Galsariad's eyes get big, and Io's eyes get big. Dermot kind of knows. Maggie doesn't care.
Maggie's already at the bar.
Yeah. Are you? You're the Apotheon. Alyxian says, like, just Alex now. I have left that behind. Thanks to Laphus and North and Voka. And, give me a second. Dermot
Oh, strange name.
makes a wisdom saving throw as no, I don't want one of those sparkly drinks. Dermot says to
Zale.
Zale.
And like like Voka's like trying to like cover Zale's mouth, and he just like looks down at her and he's like, "I am so sorry." Then he holds out a hand. He's like, "I'm sorry. I talked in your head like once."
I am Dermot. You're Voka, right?
Yeah. I this is my first time actually meeting you outside of, the Coliseum. You
Y-
That was interesting. Yes.
You seem to you saw me at, flying around in the calls. You saw me?
I mean, I was in the audience.
I didn't. Orgoth kicked my ass, so I didn't think anybody would think anything about me after he beat me.
Oh, most of it was worry. Um, but it is good to see that you are alive and not dead and here and denying this really sugary drink.
Is she okay? She seemed very insistent.
Yes, she's just trying to get everyone in on the fun, and I'm just being a good older brother and keeping an eye on her.
He's gonna make an insight check for you. Like he's like looking at you, Voka. Like he rolls a 15. Um,
He's on to me.
uh, are you sure everything's okay?
And he shifts his eyes and he says, as okay as anything can be in the presence of a group such as this.
Just keep an open mind and open ears. We
Laphus, hearing this, kind of just like looks, just kind of gives Zoka like a side eye for a second.
And he just smiles and he like he tugs on his like little fawn ears and says, as open as they can be.
he nods.
I drink in my I'm not much of a drinker, so do go enjoy merry, drink in my honor.
I am the designated cleric tonight, so
You, a cleric as well.
yes, I
That's what
am.
I do.
Who are you, a cleric? And they start going like
Yeah.
talking. He tells you all about
Cleric
the
talk.
light, and yeah,
Talking shop.
they're talking shop.
Talk shop. I'm a cleric. What a coincidence.
Orgoth, you're slowly making your way. You're going back home first, and then going to the Cool Flame.
Yeah, he's gonna head because that's what he said he was gonna do. So he's kind of lost it a little bit in thought, but making his way back in the general direction
Okay.
of the house.
Okay. You get to the house easily. And how do you dress for the evening?
He goes upstairs and he's like, yeah, it's and he first thing he does is he grabs the little unfinished carving that Wilvin had done and puts it back in his pouch
Mm-hmm.
now that he's back and he's safe. And he takes off his armor,
Mm-hmm.
puts it like under the bed, hides
Okay.
it as best
Of course,
he can,
like he normally does. Yeah.
like he normally does.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of as he's doing, it's like, I think tonight, I need to rest from it. I need to rest. And he's kind of saying it to himself and also like
Yeah.
saying it to the responsibility he feels and that comes with it.
Downstairs, Sky goes after. All you hear is hammer, hammer, hammer. Are you okay up there, Orgoth?
Yeah, fine, I'm fine.
Just getting dressed. And he's gonna put on the basically the outfit that he had purchased for the big event that got interrupted when we went to. So he's
Okay.
in the black leathers and silks and looking
Okay.
super sharp. And takes time to wash his face and his hands off. And leaves the spear behind as well. Like
Okay.
Maybe for since they were supposed to go to the ball, and it didn't happen. He's kind of setting that stuff aside.
Okay.
And comes downstairs and he's like, I don't know how long we're gonna be out tonight, Sky, but you know, maybe you should when you're done with the chair, head over to the pool flame. And we're gonna
You see
go
a
around
bed
and
frame in the middle of the
celebrate.
actually
Right.
like actually being pulled out of the box and everything. And
Right.
but she looks at you and says, "That sounds, yeah." Um, she looks a little harried, but she's like nods and says,
Yeah, just
that would be
finish
nice.
that one because
Okay.
that's for our elderly guest. But
I-
then head over to the cool flame.
I just want to, I know you've done a lot for me and for everything, and I just wanted to let you know that, you know, all of you matter to me. And thank you.
And he walks up to her and says, and says,
Well, you mean a lot to us too. If you didn't, we wouldn't have asked you here and trusted you with such a responsibility of
Building
looking
furniture
after the house. And it's not just building furniture.
that I didn't get done in time.
You manage the estate. There's a lot going on. I mean, you've got a bird to take care of, and we all know how difficult
Bird.
it is to look after pets.
Bird. Okay. From
So-
upstairs. Yeah.
Don't be hard on yourself. There'll be plenty of time, for people to be hard on you. Don't be hard on you. You're doing a great job.
She nods and says, I'll join you. I'll join you all. Just, I
Okay.
know that you wanted to celebrate, and I'm afraid that you may not have beds to fall into once you come back.
Trust me, from where we've been sleeping the last several days, the floor here is really nice. But I appreciate you. And I think the bed for the old man is the most important one. It's been an awfully long time since he's had a good sleep, I think.
I'll work on it, and I'll see you at the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
and Orgoth heads out.
Okay. Will you make a perception check as you walk? How are you getting to the bar? How are you getting to the Cool Flame?
How far is the cool flame from here?
It's actually
It would be pretty far
it's
because we're in
pretty
the River
far.
District.
River District, and the Cool Flame is in.
Was it in the Sigil or
It
was
was-
it?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was in the Suncut Bazaar, actually area.
Yeah, it's fairly far.
It's fairly
Yeah.
far.
All right, so he's gonna he'd be making his way down to. I figure we're like on this residential run, and like there's
Mhm.
like a corner to go to where there's more traffic. So he'll head off that direction to get
Make a perception.
carriage.
Make a perception check for me.
Perception. That's not great. Well, that with a +6 is a 9.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
I don't know.
You're waiting for the carriage, and the carriage seems to be dark here, almost like a lot of the lanterns that are on the posts are dim, not putting out as much light as they normally would. The foot traffic not very busy, and then suddenly from behind you, you feel a blade enter your back. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And here I thought we'd have some pup time with Grandpa before anything happened.
An 18.
18. It is a success, and you kind of see Eleonora step back, the drow woman. It's like, you're strong, resisting my venom.
How much damage does the blade do?
You are with the poisoned condition. It does 3 points of piercing damage plus 28 sneak attack.
Okay.
And she kind of just backs up a little bit from you, doing withdrawal.
Yeah. Orgoth grabs his back and spins to see who it is.
Eleanor is looking at you and says, "How dare you? Going out to celebrate. Celebrate what?"
He just puts a hand up. He's like, "Look, we just stopped the cause of all the ruidium and infection and threat up here. I don't know why you're so angry with me.
You don't
Eleanor.
remember killing him. Prove it. How dare you? You cannot remember the blood on your hands."
And as she says that, he kind of looks down, and he's actually got his own blood on his hands from grabbing his back. And he's like, I swear by the gods, I don't know what you're talking about.
And you kind of feel like this pressure in your chest. Like, it's just, this was a deadly poison. This could have killed you.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of shaking her head, knowing how powerful you are. And she steps back, and suddenly, she's on a rooftop again, looking down at you. Enjoy your evening.
Come and talk with me. Explain to me what you mean.
You know until you remember. Until you take responsibility for killing my grandfather. And she kind of breaks a little bit and then runs across the rooftop and disappears.
And Orgoth's gonna by force of will try to get through this wall that he felt the last time she said this. Because he does not know what she's talking about.
Yeah. I'd like you to make a wisdom check.
You have inspiration.
I'm gonna use it because I don't like the 4 that I rolled. That is.
You say 5.
At 20.
Nice.
Yay.
You search your memories. And suddenly you have a memory of this man. He looks familiar. Going up, but you're the man. And you see kind of these elderly hands that aren't yours going up to someone, coming up behind them and slashing their throat. And reaching in and grabbing something from their pockets. He kind of looks at them. And these are your hands, but you're doing the actions, but it's not your hands. It's not your arms. It's not your weapon. And then suddenly the image fades.
Do I know who the not my hands killed? They killed me?
No, they killed somebody, some random person that you do not know, that you have no memory of.
Oh.
Okay. So, but it's not Nevermore.
It's not Nevermore.
Not her grandfather.
Yeah. The hands were not muscular. The arms just like slight. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a practiced blow, like one a thief might make, an assassin might make.
Okay. Ooh. He shakes his head.
It's very strong now. With that natural 20, that memory is very strong inside of your mind right now.
Okay. So that's the memory I've broken through trying to remember what happened to her grandfather. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's what's in
Um,
the slot. Yep.
Orgoth like kind of like takes a step and
You feel weak.
I
Like as
think
you're walking, you're like the poison is definitely strong.
yeah, it's um and I think he just now like that's just too much in it, like he's living that a little bit because it's for better or for worse so prevalent and strong in his mind, and he's kind of going to try to find maybe where Eleonora went and figure out what this is in his head and whose hands are those and like what's happening. And I think, even though he makes the con save, like the poison
Is kicking your ass. It really is.
is
Yeah.
yeah. And he's gonna kind of stumble around and see where he ends up.
Okay. How's the party going? Laphus, Alyxian talks to you like he's actually like asking you questions, and they're very insightful questions about the city, and then after a while he starts to ask about you.
Oh, like what?
Like he says, um, "Are you from Ank'Harel? What brought you here?" Actually, he would not say that because he knew that. He was like,
Yeah.
"So when I called out to you, it was in Jagao. What was your
Yeah.
life before that like?"
Traveling around, looking for missing things, missing pieces. I'm sure you already knew that, though.
I only know of the time. Like I have slight memories, and these memories are fading. It's like I know of all of you at the grotto in Jagao, and I know of what the gods have mentioned in my mind. Like they reminded me that there were there people who wanted to help me. Are the gods present in your life still now that I have the jewel?
I'm sure if I reached out to one of them, either I will be met with indifference or absolute hatred. She like reaches up and she like realizes that the lavender flower that Corellin gave her is gone, and she kind of just gives like a little smile and just goes, "Sure, they're still around though. I mean, I personally don't worship the gods. Um, but that doesn't stop." And she looks over at Voka and Dermot
We were having a
talking
conversation.
cleric
Yeah.
and just goes, "That doesn't stop people from that though. They're still very adamantly present in many lives."
When I was young and I was cursed by the red moon, um, I overheard in the visions that I received from all of you something about a bad sign baby.
Yeah, so that's something that all right, so a bad sign baby. As she kind of looks over at North and gives like North a little wink and just goes,
North is in their drinks.
And
They've
just
been
'cause-
waiting for Orgoth for a while. It's like, okay, we're gonna take a little drink. Well, still not there. We're gonna
Yep.
take a little drink.
So bad sign babies are, it's a dumb concept because, you know, you were born under the whole like ruidium thing, but there are hundreds, if not thousands, of children born same day, same minute, same hour, same second, you know, that whole thing.
You
So you
could
couldn't
be
have been,
worse.
yeah,
you
you
could
couldn't have
be a
been
Gemini.
I don't know what that means. Gemini. He looks confused. Very, very,
Slurp.
very confused.
regardless. It's kind of, you were probably around a lot of superstitious people back then because like, again, there were probably thousands upon thousands of children born same time as you did that were not ostracized by their village.
The gods were walking amongst us. I think that's why I had such a strong connection to Corellin and Sehanin and Avandra.
And Avandra,
They helped me tell me my purpose and help me fight against this bad sign baby bullshit.
well, I feel like they really should have like talked to the other gods to tell them like, hey, this guy's up on the up, you know, he's good.
It wasn't so much the gods, it was the people.
Yeah, but like if you told the gods and the gods were telling the people who were very religious, you know, hey, don't mess with Alyxian, he's actually a good kid, I'm sure more people would have been understanding.
Yeah, that's true. He kind of scratches his chest, and you see his shirt kind of fall open for just a second, but you see a giant scar from like what looked like a giant spear, possibly.
Oh,
Like
hey, yours is bigger than Galsariad's.
he looks over at the drow. Galsariad is like, actually has done that 2 more times to random people who have come in.
Look at that!
um,
Gals, you're gonna get
Um,
kicked out.
he kind of looks over at you mischievously and says, "Should I?"
Yes.
And he wanders over to Galsariad and opens his shirt. He's like, "Mine is bigger than yours."
I dropped my pen.
The drinks are getting to him. We're doing well.
Oh, Voka. The every once in a while, the night you kind of keeping an eye on Zale. At one point, Zale has convinced a few people, like 3 people at once, to dance for her, and they're dancing in unison, like they don't like 3 random people, but they seem to all know the choreography perfectly.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Oh my gosh,
I
he's
say
making
I'd
them
like to
dance
do
to
it
Baby
myself.
Shark.
baby shark.
Doo-doo-doo.
No, let's not.
Brain rot.
Exactly. Zale would be like, yes, this is good.
She's
not a
teaching the
brain
people
rot
about
baby.
skinny toilets.
Zale looks over at Voka. Voka, can I have a stuffed shark? I've always wanted a stuffed shark.
I mean, when we are around the stuffed shark, maybe. But I told you to lay off on the stuffed animals. What are they still dancing?
Yeah, they are.
Have they been dancing for a while?
About like longer than they normally would. Yeah, North, actually make a perception check. Actually, you see this. It's a small bar. Yeah, you see something weird's happening. Like they dance for about 10 minutes, like longer than
Holy shit.
you would like entertain a kid.
Why don't you have those people stop dancing? They want drinks and food too.
Okay, we're done. Why don't you could you go get some drinks now? And they all stop dancing and they like collapse back like
No, these are not your servants. These are just random people. Thank you. And he's like shooing them away.
okay, they kind of just go away. I don't want them to. I don't think they were my servants. They were my friends. They came up to say hi.
Yes, and that's why I'm here. But I don't want you talking to random. Yes, I mean, talk to me and only me. I'm your friend.
Uh, yeah, but yeah. She nods happily.
Exactly. He takes his sparkly drink that he didn't drink. He slides it in front of her and says, "That you see this? You have this. Can you take this?"
Kay takes it. He
The
just-
note to Zale.
oh, Zale takes it. She takes it and drinks
It's all yours.
and starts drinking it.
Good. There, you see, there, and he looks off to the side. And he like sighs. He's like, "This is interesting." He probably like makes weary eye contact with like the first person. He looks around.
It's North.
He's not looking for help, but he
It's
he
North.
like makes eye contact with North. He makes eye contact with North, and he's like,
You need something?
just furrowed brows.
You okay
He
over there,
just-
Voka?
He like looks to see the Zale's like enjoying her drink and like takes a step away finally, and then he just like leans in, like whisper in North's ear, "Something I know par for the course, but something is strange is happening, which is why I brought the child. Apologies for ruining a bar night, but something is happening, and I wanted to be around."
Can you be a bit more precise about something? Because last time
Hi,
we were
North.
just like, hi. Last time we said something's happening. Like, something could be the end of the world. Something could just be like, oh, I got a splinter in my finger. But something could also be like, ooh, there's big mean angel guy who wants to kill us all.
Okay, my bad.
Do you
My
think North
sister-
could tell me a story? North, tell me a story. I'll make a
And she's
wisdom
like,
saving throw.
yeah.
I'm gonna make it with advantage because I'm an elven person.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I roll better than that. That's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you feel kind of like you start to like the words kind of form the tip of your tongue, and then suddenly like you're about to tell like this really personal story, and then suddenly,
I feel that.
yeah, you feel that.
I'm going to
This
zero
is
in
why-
on the kid. Like I'm not the kind of
Big
like,
cute
I'm not-
eyes looking up at you.
You have any idea what you're doing right now?
Looks over at the Voka.
And
Looks
he
back to
continues,
you.
Like, he
Do you
continues
have
talking-
any idea how bad it is to bend people to your will like that?
What? I just wanted you to
telling-
tell me a story.
I won't.
That's what I'm talking about. It's strange. It usually isn't like this.
You look
It's the
down, and there's a
thing.
fourth circle on her hand.
It's the thing. And it's getting worse.
It's the thing. It's getting worse. Well, she has to stop.
I don't know how to make her to stop. I can't duct tape her mouth.
You could.
It's
No.
true, you could.
I'll
Kid,
find.
let me. I'm going to be very direct with you. Okay, just have a seat, please.
She sits down.
I'm going to explain something to you. Right now, when you're making suggestions to people, when you're asking them something,
Mm-hmm.
there is a strange magic that makes people want to do these silly. Do you know what compulsively means?
No.
Okay, so it's like a knee-jerk reaction. They want to obey what you tell them.
That's because
And
people
that
think I'm
is-
cute.
No, it's not. It's literally fucking magic. You're very cute,
I'm not
but
magical.
that's not. Well, you are.
Voka says
Right
I'm
now.
magical.
Yeah,
right
you
now,
are
you
right now.
are.
And the thing is, when you're making these requests, you might not want to impose on these people, but these people feel forced to obey you, and that is very bad.
So I should make sure I ask politely every single time.
You should make sure that you do not ask for things that people may not want to do.
We're asking you to read the room.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I lost you.
Sorry. We're asking you to read the room.
Okay. She kind of understands, but she's like, you don't want me to talk anymore, do you?
No, that's not at all what I was talking about.
I'll be quiet. Tears.
It's not about that, kid. It's about people wanting to do whatever you tell them to. See these people that were jigging for way too long?
They were fun. They were funny.
Sitting
They were
down,
having
drinking
fun.
The nene's not fun. The nene's been overdone.
I like the nene.
I'm sorry, she got really into Harlem Shake videos a couple of months ago.
That's been over for like 10 years. What is...
No, it's
Don't tell me you miss Vine. You weren't even born.
she has a like for things that are old.
That's why she likes Alyxian so much.
Yeah.
Orgoth. You've been wandering, and you're still in the river district, kind of like following one of the canals out toward the district, kind of like you've lost any sort of trail. You don't have no idea where Eleanor went to. And I'd like you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is not a good roll. And I've used my inspiration. That is a 10.
Everything starts going dark. And you head down to your knees, go down to your knees. You see a carriage kind of going by. And it stops as you pitch forward into the street, boom, and lose consciousness. And that's where we're going to stop for the week.
Orgoth, are you gonna come at some point? Because like we're still at the cool flame, man.
Next week, party part 2.
We didn't even start the party.
We're waiting for him.
Uh-oh.
Bar crawl is gonna end up being get drunk at the cool flame as per usual.
Well, at some point, I'd imagine you're either just going to give up on him if he doesn't show up. Like, okay, well.
That's what I was actually planning on. I was planning on just moving on. Today's, even though like we're celebrating us, today's mostly for Alyxian.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Grandpa's bar call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Grandpa's
Yeah.
birthday.
The one thing you're noticing about Alyxian, all of you really, Laphus mostly, is that he is making an effort to talk to people and meet people. He seems very confused by a lot of what they say because sometimes the words the vocabulary has moved on from his time and he gets confused, but he seems to be trying very hard to fit in.
I feel bad for Grandpa.
He's hearing all these kids going like Skibbity, Ohio, El Riz, stick out your gat for the Rizzler and all that.
I have no idea what that means. I don't even know what
Taking
Skibbity
out your
Toilet is.
gap
Oh
for
my
the Rizzler.
Sigma.
We'll continue this next week, and yeah, we'll have some more fun and more. We'll get to go and have a meeting with Jaman Saord, and you all can talk about where you want to head from here. So, anything we want to talk about before we do a wrap up?
When am I going to start having the fun? This wasn't fun.
You would have had fun if you just ignored her. We have clerics here.
You stab a guy on his birthday.
All the clerics are at the bar.
Yeah, you could have came to the bar and we would have been great.
Come to the bar before they start dancing.
Jesus. I mean, as someone who can make you dance.
Sleepy Plant Dad. Next week, Voka's sister learns about Fortnite dances. Yeah.
No.
No.
He actually has the orange justice, believe it or not.
I was gonna say she was gonna do orange justice.
Well, let's go around and do a wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill. You can find me on places like YouTube and Twitch and LiveJournal at Bill Freaking Roper. And I don't know what's about to happen. I have 6 hit points, and I'm unconscious in the street. I feel like this all went sideways. And I'm here for it. Thanks for being here.
Hey everybody, this is Jaiden now playing Laphus, and I honestly don't know what's sticking out your gap for the Rizzler means like at all. I just hear people say it, but don't do that. I don't know what a gyat is, but don't do it. That is your gyat. I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck the Rizzler is.
Stop saying it. Stop.
What is
fine.
it?
I'll explain to you later, Grandma.
All right.
Grandma.
Yeah, here's the thing about me is that I hear these things and I just think it's the dumbest fucking thing because I know in like a year they're gonna use another word to replace those words, and I'm not here for it. I'm down.
As slang was when we were young.
Dude, I still use like very old slang because I still think it works in context.
So it goes.
Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I've been playing North Eladrin Roguelock. You can find me on the socials at Steelclad Vicar. And hey, if you don't have Riz, if you're kind of a Sigma person, if you're very skibbity, you can follow us on Patreon.
You just like made sure that people who listen to us in the future are gonna be like, nobody's used these words in like 30 years.
Psychic Dad. We're dating ourselves.
I don't know what I just said. Maybe it's just my brain's in Ohio or something. Anyways, yeah, we do have 3 tiers. We have early access to podcast episodes, to these episodes as well. We also have short stories. Also, I'll let you know that all our patrons have 1 extra entry in our giveaways when we have them. So, little perks. Wink. Skibbity.
Hi, I'm Mira and I'm playing Voka. And you can find me at Cube Mangoes literally everywhere. And I know some words that you don't. Phantom Tax, Ohio, Mog. That's all I'm leaving with you. So on today's episode of In The Netherdeep, Brain Rot.
I know some slang too. Ostinato, crescendo, decrescendo, forte, fortissimo. My name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on Twitter at Ron88Keys, RBDM. Please follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. Follow us on Twitch here, please, at Silver Studios. You can find us ever since Rhyme the Frost Maiden podcast at any podcasting platform. Share us with all your friends. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, Gang Critical Role, and all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling, everyone. Bye. Pub Crawl Part 2 next week. Bye.
Maybe.
Yeehaw!